I'm gonna start out this video by saying Flat Earth isn't ever gonna save you. Jesus is the only way to get to heaven.
Besides, if you take out the fact that you believe that he lied about Antarctica, well, that's a belief. You have no proof of it. Okay. You have no proof of it.
No,
So
that's
take
right.
that off the plate. Has
Sure.
Dawson done anything anti-flat Earth? Anything at all?
Anti-flat Earth? Not that I know of, no.
Okay. So why are people calling Austin a shill?
There's many reasons he could be a shill, from the symbolism he uses, the associations with people like Stu Peters, Alex Jones, Tim Pool, etc. The grifting that he's done, using Masonic symbolism, going to TFE.
Jonathan's a real flat earther.
No matter what happens, if we go there and it's cloudy, win for flat Earth. If we go there and there's a 24-hour sun, win for flat Earth. If we go there and the sun sets, win for flat Earth.
You know, one of the RV and Banjo's problem is like, Dave, you know, he's dissing the Bible. I actually am using the Bible more and more. The Bible backs up everything that we're discovering. What if they tell us there's 8 or 9 continents or whatever the number is now? What if there's 8? What if there's 80 or 90,000 continents across the plane beyond Antarctica? This is Banjo. He's like, David Weiss and Jaron are a team. Where's your proof? A lot of you don't know Austin or Jaron other than just seeing their videos. I know them. I've met them. I've hung out with them. I consider them good friends. Okay? If they're lying, I'm lying. We don't need a debate between shill versus shill, Jaron versus Austin. Now,
Right.
I can agree with that, but I think what if Austin does debate Jaron and destroys him like he used to destroy other Globers? What if he decimates him? Then what happens? What if he destroys him and Jaron just fucking leaves the internet because of it? What if that happened?
You really think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I think it could. I think Austin could if he wanted to. The question is, would he? So, you know, I kind of think that a debate between those two would be fascinating to prove Austin's still who he says he is.
He said, would you go if Austin Whitsitt goes? I said, well, Austin's my business partner. So, yeah, it'd probably be my first pick.
The Stinky Cash said it on the show last time. Dave tries to get close to everybody, all the big guys. It's called networking. That's how people become successful. With Charlie Ward, you know who Charlie Ward is?
The quarterback for Florida State that ended up playing basketball for the Knicks?
No. This is this bald-headed guy that does this. He's a very popular YouTuber. I ended up getting on his channel. Somebody teed me up. I got on. Never heard of the guy. Never watched a single one of his podcasts until like the day I was going on. I quickly watched like his last podcast to get a feel for him. And I woke him up to flat Earth with the plane flights. He's like, whoa, he had that whoa-ho moment. It went viral. It woke up thousands of people for years. YouTube deleted it because it said something about the becoming human pincushion. So I just took that part out and I re-uploaded it. And now I'm getting emails like, that guy's a shill. That means you're a shill. Like, that guy's a liar. You're a shill. I'm like, we were talking about flat Earth. We're not talking about I don't even know what the guy talks about, but people are so lost in, you know, like, you were on Alex Jones, therefore you're a shill. No, I was on Alex Jones because he has a fucking massive audience, and I woke up tens of thousands of people by going on that show. That's why I went on his show.
That's when you went on with Eddie Bravo. I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, what made that look bad was when you guys were fighting and wrestling. I was sitting there.
At the end, I was trying not to be any part of that. That was just so stupid. But they were drunk. That's the problem. They were all drunk. They were drunk.
19. Charlie procured underage girls for pop stars on the Top of the Pops. This is disgusting, and I'll let him explain.
Really, many years ago, I was involved with a certain television personality that allowed me access into the BBC. I used to be able to get onto a very famous program called Top of the Pops. And a lot of the girls would say to me, Charlie, get me on Top of the Pops. And I could take probably 5 or 10 girls on a week. I said, well, I'll take you on, but you'll end up having to shag the bloke that, he'll probably want to shag. And they were like, no problem, we come, you know. There was never a problem.
Right.
Now, 30 years on, and their marriage is dissolved, and they're in their 50s and 60s, it's suddenly become a problem. It wasn't a problem all those years ago.
Right, exactly.
And I remember these girls saying, I'm quite happy to come there. So I'm very, very careful. Now, there is a lot of bad things going on for definite. And there was bad things going on there because a lot of these girls were young girls, you know. back in the sort of 80s, I didn't think anything of it. The moral compass was out of sync, I think, then.
No.
And included in being owned by that group was being just trafficked sexually as a child, but also into human trials for scientific research, or just some masochistic dude who needs to take stuff out on a kid, or transporting illegal substances from one country to another. When I very first saw you, Charlie, I swore I knew you. And then I heard you talk. And I swear to you, I've met you before on a private plane, going to one. I wish I had a map right here with me.
Hold on. Did Sabrina just say she recognises and remembers Charlie Ward from the private jets from when she was trafficked as a child?
There's an island that's down. Did you go to many islands?
I went to islands, but they were in the Far East rather than the Caribbean side.
I went to them all over the world.
The Philippines, Thailand, off those coasts.
Is there one right off of Japan? Not like Okinawa, but like if you went further out just a little bit.
There's quite a few islands there, but I've never been to those ones.
You've never been to those, Kate? Because that's where I keep thinking. But anyway, like I could be wrong, but I swear it. But
I want to say it. I mean, I would say I come out of a classical Enlightenment family of what you would call real Illuminati, real Enlightenment. And I'll just say it here. Everybody asks me who I am. I'll tell you.
The Illuminati and George Bush.
That's right.
Black
Seriously.
follow me home every night.
This guy knows about the Illuminati. Look.
That's right.
He's with them.
No, it's all true. I mean, they do worship the demon owl, and George Bush is a devil worshiper. I mean, they just call it the skull and bone.
We were there on 322. I've had family that have been 33rd degree Masons. What do you think they discovered? I've got family on both sides involved in the founding of Texas. Lone Star State. You think I know about Masons? You know how many family aprons I've got in storage?
To this very day, I get emails all the time going, I watched that Flat Earth that Professor Dave video. Boy, what an asshole that is. It made me look into Flat Earth. And because of that, I'm a Flat Earther. I just got an email yesterday saying that exact same thing.
Yes, there are.
I will tell you, I went on that show naive, super naive. I thought that guy just didn't know, and I was going to teach him something. No, honestly, back then I didn't know. I keep saying this. I know that I was supposed to be there. Therefore, I know it wasn't an Amazon studio, right? They didn't switch from me and then go to those guys and say, okay, change the plans. We're going to build a studio in Antarctica because Dave Weiss isn't willing to come. And we were going to hypnotize him or whatever they were going to, magically do to me. So, but Banjo, his excuse for that is I was never intended to go. I'm in it with Duffy. They made it look like I was going to go. Jaron and Austin were always supposed to go. And then when I bailed out, they were going to go, which is so stupid. That's just made up nonsense. There's no proof of that. None.
Total. How many hours of damage control do you do for Austin? So basically,
I don't know.
How much of a defense do you give Austin?
I'm not defending Austin. I don't look at it as I'm defending Austin. I'm defending people that are making false claims about him, right? I have not seen Austin do anything against Flat Earth. I've only seen him do pro things about Flat Earth. And that's with my belief that he was in Antarctica and he did see a light circling in the sky. Real or fake, we're not discussing that. He saw it, he reported on it, and it did not change his belief or knowing of Flat Earth. It did not change the shape of the Earth. And that's it. That's my defense of Austin. Now, do I wish he, on that stream, he came clean about what happened 100% with the vape? I wish, because there's too many people that are just harping on it.
It's either you're a truther or you're a liar. Either you have integrity or you don't. Either you have honor or you don't. Period. You're either honest and you tell the truth, or you're a liar. Either you have humility, and if you say something that's wrong and you're shown the evidence that it's wrong, then you do what's right and you admit that it's wrong, you retract it. And if you attack someone with false accusations and slander, you apologize, you try to make it right. You show integrity and you admit that you messed up, you admit that you were lying. Or you're a liar and you double down because of pride and ego, and you think, if I can lie convincingly enough, no one will know that I'm wrong. No one will know that I lied. If I can just pretend that he said something other than what he really said, I can trick people.
Did you promote drinking pee?
I said, look into it. I mean, do you want to look into the health benefits of it? Get the book by Amanda Vollmer. Well, you don't. How do you know? Have you ever looked into it?
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Well, who told you that? The government?
No, that's just a natural reflex that we all
That's a natural reflex.
Everyone will agree that that's nasty.
Well, the Earth is a ball. That's a natural reflex everybody has.
Yeah, no, it makes us look bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about it. But the thing is,
I understand.
Go look into it. You're betting your life that I'm a shill. you're making some really bad bets, dude. You should bet on the Jets to win the Super Bowl next year.
But I trust Jaron and Austin to be 100% honest, right? Right? And listen, if you can't trust them, get the fuck out. Get out. Don't trust me either, right? Because I bet my life that they are not going to fucking say one lying word to us.
There you go. So instead of attacking, why don't you do something to wake up people? Instead of calling me one of the hardest working guys in Flat Earth that's woken up arguably the most number of Flat Earthers a shill and turning people against me. That's what you're doing. You're turning people against Flat Earth. You're not helping Flat Earth.
This channel only has 1,000 subs, dude. What are you so worried
okay, then no problem. I'm not worried at all. You know what? Just go on small channels and diss me on all the small channels. That's a good game plan. You are a genius. I love it. All right. So I'll finish my point. It's people like you, Banjo, Sam, RG, others that not you, Vlad, this guy, whatever his name is.
Shout out to RG in the house.
That literally make me want to leave Flat Earth. But guess what? I ain't leaving. Right? That's because I'm a shill. No, I ain't going nowhere. But it's people like this that make me want to leave. There's people like this that make me just want to throw my hands up and say, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I should sell out. But here's the problem. I don't even know who the fuck to talk to sell out. No one's ever contacted me ever on anything. As Mark Sargent says, all publicity is good publicity.
No.
I don't always believe that, but
No.
I know, but good publicity is better. But it's you can't always get good publicity. But by the way,
publicity
is bad publicity.
What about Dick Hummer?
That was crazy, huh?
Yeah. Who?
What happened with Rick Hummer?
He was rolling ready, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Well, how is that okay? Like, how is he allowed to just float back into the flat Earth after he was making us look retarded?
He was making a movie about a guy discovering flat Earth that was called Rolling Ready, playing a character. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
No, it's not funny because bad publicity is bad publicity.
Where did they get bad publicity? I didn't see that.
Making us look retarded, and you know it. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be, Dave.
I don't pretend to be dumb.
Well, you are right now because freaking Rolling Ready was making us look like trailer trash, big fake guns with the big old laser,
And nobody can tell that he was playing a character.
Yeah, I think some of us could, and
everybody could. It was a character.
No.
Brother, he's the master of ceremonies for the entire 2 days. You guys are in store for some incredible surprises, some amazing workshops and presentations. I want to introduce Mr. Rick Hummer. How's it going, man? It's all good.
Yeah, just look who's here.
Hey, Neil, you got 25 seconds to talk to a redneck rocket scientist? 25 seconds.
I'm a little behind, but
I got just one thing. Well, first of all, my name's Roland Ready.
How you doing?
Pleasure to meet you.
All right.
Your work has given me so much to talk about to people, and I love it.
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
it's the universe. It's not my business. I'm just sharing the universe with people.
Well, I just love the fact that, that we're able to catch up here for a second now. One of the questions I have, first of all, I know you're taking some heat on this whole flat Earth thing.
It's a failure of an educational system that we have full-grown adults who think that the Earth is flat. That we have failed. It's someplace in that educational system.
Somewhere there's something going on.
How do you feel about that? Banjo, Sam saying that nobody should promote you no more because they feel that, you're lying. They feel that you're a shill, definitely a shill, definitely a liar. They feel this. Go ahead. And that you're in camp with and that you're in camp with Austin and them. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I still like Austin. I'm hoping he, opens his mouth more and proves that he is who he is. And only time will tell. There's nothing I can say. And well, you're defending Austin. That makes you a shill. Eddie talks about not having leaders, but meanwhile, he's leading a lot of people down a really dark road. He talks about me not being Christian. I'm more Christian than he is. Okay. And in actions and, and spirit.
Take a listen here. What David Weiss has to say about Jesus Christ.
Story of Jesus and many other religious figures have the exact same story. They were born on the same day. They died and they were reborn 3 days later, which is the story of the sun hitting the solstice and then coming back. Jesus walked on water. Well, if you go down to the ocean and watch the sunset, the sun walks on the water right to your feet. And if you, Sophia, are standing, 100 yards or a mile down the beach, the sun walks on water right to you. So there is your personal relationship with the sun, the S-O-N, the S-U-N. There's so many things that they say about Jesus. Jesus was the light of the world, the giver of life. There's so many things that you can relate to the sun. And then when I was talking with Jaron, he's the one that pointed out to me that the new sun is born in the north.
Whole point is, you see Jaron, David Weiss on the same page. Basically, David Weiss is stating how Jesus Christ is basically made up. So he plays the role again of a Christian to a Christian man, and then you'll clearly understand what he does to some younger adults, the exact opposite.
Believes in Christ, that loves their neighbor and obeys God's law. That's the foundation of Christianity.
Oh, okay. And do you believe that God created heaven and earth?
Yes.
You do believe that?
Yes.
And
so you just heard David Weiss says he believes that God created heaven and earth. Now listen to this. I played this before a while ago. This is very revealing. So again, Wimpy Weiss was pandering to a Christian man. Now he's talking to these kids that believe in evolution. They live in a ball. Now take a listen to what David Weiss says here.
Earth is a pre-designed world, right?
Yes. It is a intelligently designed world.
Yeah. By some higher power, higher intelligence, whatever.
Maybe a moron made it. I don't know.
Complete blasphemy.
Dude, I know him on a personal level. I've talked to him for many, many hours about all kinds of things. I know him better than you guys know him. Like, that's just a fact, dude. And
do you, Austin? You know Jaron better than we? Okay. Do you know that he sends multiple dick pics to the ladies of the FE community? Do you know that?
Let me just chime in real quick. I have been told by some people who I trust that Witsit and other people, Dave Weiss and a few other people who are prominent within the flat earth community have been, told about the situation with Jaron, yet they have made no public statements. They have not said anything to anyone about it. So I have to surmise at this point that they are in the know of it. Not only that they purposefully are hiding the situation. Now we're exposing it for what it is. It is going to be further exposed, I'm sure, in the coming days, in weeks. But like I talked about it, you're talking about it. And the question is going to be for these people is like, why are they protecting Jaron? That's the question that I would have.
I actually asked you to do this, Tim, was because of David Weiss of Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. And he contacted me and said, why didn't you cover his masonry? Because there's a lot of people in the flat earth arena that are, I don't know if scared is the right word to use, but apprehensive about having any association or even viewing your material simply because you're a Freemason.
Gotcha. Okay, so if everybody came back a baller, wouldn't that be a little bit too obvious that they sold out? Yes. So you have one guy come back as a baller, one guy coming back saying, yes, there is a 24-hour sun, and I was supposed to go, and I don't think it was there, but
speculation. That's just a claim. You have no proof of any of that.
No, this ain't a speculation whatsoever. This is facts, okay? One came back as a baller, one came back saying that there is a 24-hour sun, but it's still flat, and then we have you saying, oh, there's no sun there, but I think he got fooled. So we're getting all takes, okay? So that way, we're not going to pinpoint that there's a hoax going on, okay? There is a hoax. That shit was fake, and you're defending.
What if it's not Jaron? Now, I'm not talking about a clone or anything. What if it's not Jaron that we're speaking with anymore? What if he's been taken over spiritually, right? Because he had a very low spiritual compass, if he had one at all. He didn't bring it to Antarctica, right? He said some spiritual things that are just really bad. He even talked about praying to the devil on a podcast, and how that could actually help. So what if it's not Jaron we're talking to right now?
A lot of you don't know Austin or Jaron other than just seeing their videos. I know them. I've met them. I've hung out with them. I consider them good friends. Okay. If they're lying, I'm lying. Okay. So
from where you've come to where you are now is incredible.
Yeah, no, it's kind of an incredible journey, and that's why even if it's 10 years, I mean, I get it. It's embarrassing. It's things like that. But at the same time, I had a goal and I reached it, which was I didn't understand the shape of the Earth. I didn't understand the ball Earth. Didn't think it was a ball. And even though I started preaching about the flat Earth, you always had it in your mind that, well, maybe I'm wrong. Now I think that people in time have gone away from that. I don't think that, Dave Weiss thinks he could be wrong. I don't think these guys think they could be wrong.
When people were coming after the whole thing, I'm like, hey, you know what? Duffy is paying for everything. It is an opportunity to go make an observation. Let's go. They're going to go and take a look. I don't think anybody should go, but they're going to go take a look. That's the most defending I've ever done. If anything, I guess people could say I defended Duffy with the green screen gate, but I was just pointing out how the green screen thing proved there was no green screen.
For this, actually. Okay.
How much are you getting paid?
Well,
How much am I getting paid?
Listen, wait, don't answer that, Jonathan. Don't answer
yeah,
that. Will Duffy, Jonathan needs to get paid for his time. Will hired him.
Of course, I was quite skeptical, so I was asking him, how did you become a flat earther? What's your favorite proof? And he had really good answers, to me, saying, like standard, rock solid answers.
Ex-NFL running back, I believe he last played. Wait, where are you? What are you showing? I only see this Zach thing. There you go. Okay, NFL running back, Zach Stacy.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Dave, look at
Up there.
I see it.
Oh, jeez.
He's
that poor television.
He's teaching her how to do be a linebacker.
And the cat.
Ooh.
The
cat's all disgruntled. You notice the cat didn't go pee on her. Oh, maybe. Just wait.
Doesn't have to do Corona.
She's supposed to be pregnant right now.
What's he doing? Rubbing her face? Is that? I thought he grabbed a knife. Is he gonna squeeze a lime in her face? That's what I was beginning.
Look at those kicking shoes.
Oh, okay, the cat and the baby's showing her down here.
Whoa. Wait, did he throw her a second time?
No, I believe so here.
She's pregnant in this video.
No, she's always pregnant, she says.
Dave, final words before you roll.
The negativity on the flat earth side is out of control, and it's not worth addressing anymore, from my point of view.
I understand.